I've done several videos recently, and I want to substantiate it with this video, that we are in the midst of a software revolution, that many of the companies that we look upon as the software providers for our computers are not keeping up. And what I mean by that is that we are moving into an area of artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is going to require a tremendous amount of compute, and these people aren't buying GPUs. So therefore, they are going to fall behind as we move forward. I propose this based on a book that I read, and I think you should read it. It's The Singularity is Nearer. And basically what it is the author, Ray Kurzweil, is indicating that we are going into a period where the rate of technological process is accelerating exponentially. What this is all about is that we're moving through the six epochs of evolution. We're currently in the fifth epoch, and it's characterized by the emergence of intellectual machines. The sixth epoch will be is rapidly approaching, and it's sparked by the merger of human intelligence and machine intelligence. I'm reading from an article that I wrote that I want you to go read. It's on our website, Best of Us Investors, and it's under the heading Bus Articles. This is going to explain to you what is happening to the software revolution. And it's driven by what are called AI agents. I want you to read this article. You're going to need to go to Google and Google what are AI agents, and it's going to take you to this Amazon website. And Amazon is going to explain to you what an AI agent is and how it will interact with your business. And then at the end of the article, it's going to have a heading, and it's going to say, how can AWS help you with your AI agent requirements? What they're basically saying is the software you've got is not going to be working for you in the future because you don't have access to compute power. Let me put it into words that I understand, and hopefully that'll help you understand. I run a business. My business is to help people make better investment decisions. In the last year, I've decided I want to bring fundamental analysis and a technical analysis together. The technical analysis I was taught by Mark Willett, who runs our swing trading program, and he helps me understand the movement of the market on the short term. I then study financial analysis for the long term. What I want to know is what is the past history of the stock, and how did that past history evolve, and how does it relate to its earnings and its PE ratios, and what is the financial structure of the business, and what is its current business appetite, and what does it look like is going to happen, and how can I then take the data that I can find on the internet and project what the price of their stock is going to be 2.5 years from now on January the 1st of 2027. Now, I can only do that for roughly 40 stocks, and I've now recently brought it down to 20 stocks because that's all the data I can hunt and compilate and put forward on my website to help me and my investors make better investment decisions on that area, and that area is artificial intelligence and semiconductors. Now, if I had an AI agent, what Amazon Web Services is offering to me, I could do it on all 6,500 stocks in the world because they have the data that I need in their database and Google's database and Meta's database to bring it together with my data and help me pick the best stocks in the stock market. That's what one agent will do. The other agent will then say, my TAM, my total addressable market, is everybody in the world who manages their own stock portfolio. How many people is that? Well, my research tells me it's 66 million. I have the email addresses of roughly 22,000 of those people that I've acquired over the last 5 years. What I do is market to those 22,000 people. Now, what if then I could, through Google and Amazon, identify the other 66 million minus 20,000 and say, okay, this is my company. This is what I do. This is how I do it. These are my demographics now. But now take and find me the other 65,980,000 and tell me what their buying habits are and what they respond to. And now build me an ad that you can put in front of them, Google and Meta, that will get them to respond to what my product has to offer. That will then take my small business to a $6 billion business in a matter of 2 years. That's what the second AI agent will do. Now you take that, what I just explained to you relative to my business, and apply it to every business in the world. And you see why Amazon is now saying, how can we help you? How can Amazon Web Service help you, your AI agent requirements? They're cutting out the software people. They're taking that lead and they're going to run with it. Now, how does Salesforce, how does Palantir compete with this? They got to get into bed with one of the people who are buying GPUs. If they don't, they're out of the game. I don't see any other way. What I'm proposing to you is an opportunity to get ahead of this. You're at the starting line of the 100-meter dash in the Olympics. And you're Noah Lyles. If you will study that race, if you will study Noah Lyles, you will find that he and the American runner finished that race on their left foot. They crossed the finish line on their left foot. Every other racer is finishing on their right foot. How did that happen? It happened in the starting blocks. If you can look at any of Noah Lyles' starts, you will see that his right foot is ahead of everybody else's right foot on the second step of the race. That's how much he won that race by. That's where you are. You're at the starting line of the biggest race in your life. I know all this because that's what I did for the last 15 years. I ran in the Senior Olympics. I was the fastest 75 to 80-year-old in the state of Alabama, the 13th fastest in the United States, and that would be, say, the world. Yes, this is the Olympics, the Senior Olympics. Look it up. Look my name up. You'll find it. You study what you're doing. If you can get out of the blocks ahead of everybody else, and that's where you are, you're in the blocks, and the gun's about to go off, and you know something that no one else knows, that there is a revolution in software, and it's going to be driven by those people who can afford the GPUs to handle the world's data that is going to affect your business. If you're not a businessman and you're just an investor, this is your chance to get one step ahead. Actually, you're going to be about 50 yards ahead because most of the people aren't even in the race. This is your opportunity. Why is no one else telling you this? They don't know it. They don't read books like The Singularity is Near. What is the singularity? The singularity is a terminology that refers to when the human mind and all knowledge in the world come together. When the first of this book, The Singularity is Near, was written some 10 years ago, Ray was producing that singularity would be achieved somewhere between 2045 and 2050. He now believes it'll happen somewhere around between 2032 and 2033. That's how close we are. Probably it won't even be called machine learning then. It'll probably step into quantum computers. And it's the people who will be able to afford those quantum computers, who's got them now? Basically Amazon, Google, and IBM. If you don't know these things, you're one step behind me in the 100-meter dash, and I'll beat your ass, even though I'm 80 years old. Because we're not running. We're putting our knowledge to the test. We're putting our willingness to work out every day, digging up this knowledge, coming to the understanding of what are AI agents. Google it. Read it. Read Ray's book. If you don't, you don't stand a chance against me. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I got all the money I need for the rest of my life. If you don't, get on the bus.